Not yet level 6, and he has a serious lead on farm. Might be lulled into a false sense of security. Baited as Kori goes forward. There's the flash. Praise Seeker not going to connect, but he's going to tunnel and get the knock up. Soren, he's knocked into the wall, and that's first blood. It's hammer time for Kori. Get out with this one. It'd be a really good trade for them, and they've got plenty of people to take care of it. Still a teleport, even if Copenhagen Wolves did want to contest, but they're not making moves in that direction. This one's going to go over to MYM.
Yeah, so again, they're trading the tower for the first dragon, so preferring the global gold over the 6% AP and AD, so the Wolves looking to complete items instead of just getting pure stats. Otherwise, MYM can actually push down these turrets fairly easily. Nisbeth, he's caught out.
That ward, I hope it was worth it. He only gets 3 shots before Freeze takes him down. Makers still not going to try to push this back because it's a 5v4.
Well, they can at least push it in, get some damage on it. Remember, it's been a Kassadin lane, so the turret is probably already down around 50% mark, as we see right here. So just pushing it in, at least the minions, realizing they have to back away. Kori is not here yet. But that was a poke wall lost by MYM, despite them having the stronger combat this set, but they're going in.
Yep, they are now unlimited. Getting popped. Jwaow coming up big, and YoungBuck forced to pop his Zanya's Hourglass as he does manage to get one locked up on the Soul Shackles. He goes down all the same. A 2-for-0 fight to meet your makers. And it looks like they're getting the tower on top. Backline, it's Kori who's been picking up that serious gold lead over Soren. See if that continues here. He's going to find YoungBuck in the brush. He wanders directly into it, and there is the Soul Shackles, or the Dark Binding, I should say. Soul Shackles going to complete after that one, and Kori very, very close. He took quite a lot of that sustained damage, but he nearly found a pick.
The minion. Oh. And look at this. Teleport behind from YoungBuck. He's not spotted.
He's going on a sneaky scouting mission, or rather a flank attack. They're going to find Horo in the pit. He's going to jump his way out. Jwaow, they turn their attention. Soren comes up with the pick on a Horo as Jwaow is trying to tank the front line there as the Soul Shackles. YoungBuck, he should be able to find it, but they found Kori as well. It is a 3-for-none. Copenhagen Wolves surround and take out Meet Your Makers and a dragon.
And it was looking so good for MYM. Definitely the best start we have seen in a long time for them to get a free turret. So 2 turrets for them now to top and bot lane. But the Copenhagen was looking to fight.
Might not be free after all. Airwaks jumps ahead, a little ahead of his team. Soren has to pop his Zanya's Hourglass. It's a 5 versus 4, but Soren is going to even the score. He finds Kori. Jwaow blown up in the back. YoungBuck was able to find something. It's a double kill for Soren. Can he get some more? Nisbeth served up on a silver platter. How about a triple kill for Soren?
Yeah, and again, they avoided that mid-game spike from MYM, where they never really got to push too much. Now onto Jwaow. He's very tanky, but it's against 3 guys. Rek'Sai coming
enough. In. Yeah, he's going to have some backup from Horo in just a minute. Do they have the chance to move back in? He's actually going to Twisted Advance Soren. They've cut him up. The knock up, the Wild Growth as well. Excuse me. Didn't use that one just yet. It wasn't off cooldown. That's MrRalleZ coming up with a kill onto Airwaks. They're looking for him as well, and they blow him up. Jwaow still tanking through this line, but not for much longer. Meet Your Makers, they double down, and they lose big. It's another 4-for-1. This time a double kill goes to Freeze.
Now they go to
in the front of that, and yeah. Soren, he moved from that bottom side. They're going to give this one up and actually just clear some mini waves out in the mid. So Meet Your Makers, even the Dragon score 30 minutes into the game.
Careful player in terms of mechanics. They actually have some very, very strong plays. We see Kori against Soren now in his bottom lane.
See if he can do something there. He's actually going to find quite a lot of the damage, and I don't know about that flash. Well, I guess it did. Wait a minute. Yeah, he did use it.
Kori getting a pink ward. And now, tell you what, behind from YoungBuck here. This is the fight Copenhagen was looking for.
Yep, MYM's not quite sure of it yet. YoungBuck is going to try to find Jwaow. They've got the knock up, the Soul Shackles moving away. There's a quick Zanya's to avoid the shock blast. Jwaow zoned out of the fight as Soren picks up Kori very quickly. Nisbeth chased away. The front line has not been able to catch up to the back line as Airwaks is going to look like he's going to almost take out Jwaow. That's Freeze coming up with it. However, they've lost Soren, but they've managed to pick up 2. Can they get even more? Freeze tanking tower shots. Looks like the Wolves have been pushed back for the time being, but they do have the numbers advantage.
And once again, the Freeze!
Not quite enough. Maybe they'll lose that one. Summoner heal blown away. They land a Dark Binding on Horo. Maybe look for him. Not enough damage. Just barely. The health picks didn't quite help enough, and tower goes down. In that regard, moving their way towards this dragon. A bunch of wards around the side for Meet Your Makers, but they're not going to be able to grab this, even with the grab control. That is going to be another dragon in the pockets of the Wolves. They pick up number 3. Maybe take a quick tower. However, the Wolves are collapsing. You got to be careful there. YoungBuck, they're going to move on to him right now. He's got the Soul Shackles out. He does have the Zhonya's Hourglass. Kori, they've caught him together, and Freeze coming up with a big kill, but they've lost YoungBuck. It's still a 4v4. Never mind, make that a 4v3. Nisbeth takes down Airwaks. The Wolves might actually be going down in this case. That's going to be a double kill from MrRalleZ.
Being returned from MYM, and they're trying for this Baron.
Yeah, they certainly are. Zoning out. Tivers is already down. Freeze, he's not keen to get involved in this one. MYM, they might have been able to pull this off. Jwaow frontlining as he gets ignited for his trouble. This Baron, though, it's still not quite low enough. It's at about 5,000 health. As you said, the Maelstrom is on. Here comes Jwaow. Gonna turn attention onto Freeze, and they shut him down. Nisbeth with the pick. They managed to find Baron, another. Yeah. It's an ace for just a couple seconds. Right back to the Baron. Meet your makers. Here they go.
After losing every single team fight in the game, they managed to win the one in the mid-game here from Copenhagen. It was such a nice setup from them with the tanks onto YoungBuck to stop him from getting onto the backline itself. Use your Baron buff, at least with 2 lanes, because you have the Rek'Sai ulti on the other side who can actually join in instantly. So at least pushing 2 lanes, but just use your poke once again.
Oh!
Not like that.
Well, talk about that kind of poke. That's going to be Freeze coming up with a quick 1-2, and they're looking for a little bit more. Airwaks locks up Kori. Thought he'd locked up MrRalleZ, but they're able to take him down, however. The rest of the Wolves still roaming together.
For insane amount of burst. But it requires him to stay alive, at least for a few seconds in these fights. And once again, both jump him.
They zoomed into the back. Airwaks isolated from the team. Kori's going to pick him up, and they are going for more right now. They haven't lost Jwaow. Well, they just lose Jwaow. Excuse me, I'm corrected. It's a double kill going over to Freeze. Copenhagen Wolves, they might have still find the outfight here. Soren in the middle. They're going to take down Kori. They're going to look for more. Freeze, a quadra kill. I don't believe it. He gets that one. However, they nearly lose that fight. Soren, the last man on the map.
Last man, well, YoungBuck is there as well in this case.
Never mind, I got you.
We see the same. Airwaks, he goes in, he sacrificed himself just to try and get the backline, buy some time. Copenhagen was this time around managed to get a good jump onto MYM and actually win the fight.
Freeze just dancing around this team, and you know, it looked like it was bad for just a moment. Airwaks jumps in, he's totally isolated from his team, but they really follow up, and as a result, they're going to get this inhibitor. It's 10 seconds about till Jwaow is going to come back up, bring their mid since they don't have that inhibitor anymore. Copenhagen Wolves going to have that extra bit of damage thanks to Dragon buff numero 4.
To use because they didn't group as a team, and Copenhagen Wolves forced the team first. Now they're going to Kori again.
Yep, he's going to flash away from that collateral damage. It'll clip him on the side, but YoungBuck is the one going down already. They're locked up. That is Nisbeth doing some serious work, and they are going to lose Kori, however. Soren coming up with a pick onto MrRalleZ. They push Freeze away from this fight. Unlimited still trying to help out Horo. He's by himself. He goes down. That's a double kill going to Soren. YoungBuck the only casualty for the Wolves. Nisbeth is finally going to go down. And Jwaow just hightailed it out of there.
Over a minute here for MYM. Copenhagen Wolves, they're pushing for the finish. Only Jwaow alive. We did see the burst from Kori with the Infinity Edge. He actually destroyed YoungBuck. But then the 2 carries went down. Copenhagen Wolves are pushing for the win.
Yep, they're ahead of the minions right now. Have a mind to tank it all up. And speaking of tank, Jwaow back on Fountain. Can he stop this one? It's going to be a long time before his teammates come. He's not even moving fast enough. They've already lost the Nexus turret. Make that 2. The Nexus is going down. 48-15 on the clock. And the Copenhagen Wolves are victorious over Meet Your Makers.